What is going on, guys? It's the one and only Menace 013. It is Saturday, April 13, 2019, and now tune into the brand new episode of Room 013 podcast, Day 13 giveaway on today's show. Listen up, you might already seen the question on Twitter, so I haven't checked my email today, but I already dropped the question on Twitter. So, like I said, if you don't follow on Twitter, you're missing out because I do post it on there and on Facebook before I post it in the episode. But anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope everyone's doing great. Hope everyone's had a great week. And I hope you continue to have a great, fabulous, fantastic, amazing, stupendous, magnificent, flawless week going into the weekend. I myself, so far my week it's been going good. You know, last week I had to there's a family emergency, had to attend some things, and that thus resulting in me missing a weeks of work, and really just missing week of everything. It was just big family emergency. But everything's great now. Everything's fine. You know, today's show. Let's talk about today's show today. Yeah, shout out to my boy Quincy. Peace, love, real. Listen, sometime I'm gonna aim for next week, maybe the week after. But Quincy, I am gonna get you on the show. We're gonna have I need to figure out, maybe you could come up with a name. Maybe the listeners could come up with a name for the segment, featuring Quincy and myself, a specific wrestling, sports, entertainment segment each and every episode of the Room 013 podcast. So I don't know. I was going over it the other day thinking to myself, I was like, maybe Ringside Heat, or I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what kind of name. Maybe you could think of a name. If you got a name, email, tweet it to me, room013podcast@gmail.com, or room013podcast is a Twitter handle. You can send them in. Quincy, let me know what kind of name you would think for the segment. But yeah, Becky Lynch has both Raw and SmackDown's women's title. I just knew she was going to come out of WrestleMania with the win. And that's not to say her win was bigger than Kofi's, but, shout out to Kofi Kingston. Congratulations to him. That shit put me in tears. When he won the belt, to see his family, his dad out there, his wife, his kids, it was real. Like, it was history. Motherfucking history making right there. But this Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte triple threat main event, that match was, I think to me, I would rather just be Ronda and Becky, but adding in Charlotte in the mix. And that finish, people saying that it was the referee's fault. Ronda Rousey's shoulder was not on the mat. If you go watch, and there's still photos of the pinning going down. That pin will be cemented in history as just a big, huge fuck up, like a WrestleMania fuck up. And yeah, that shit was crazy. Fucking her right shoulder was not on the ground, on the mat. Now, the referee did get fined, but it's in record books. Becky Lynch won by pinfall, and I believe it was not supposed to go down like that. It certainly wasn't supposed to go down like that. We're gonna get more into that. We're gonna get more into that. What I think is, I wrote this shit down, and I told so many people about it. But we're gonna get into that. Also, Day 13 giveaway info, listen to emails, and more coming back with the Room 013 podcast.
Keep it locked right here.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the greatest show on earth.
1614 Menace 1.
Don't touch that dial.
Room 013. Room 013.
Listen, guys, with so much content whizzing around out there, there's only one storytelling platform that helps you keep calm and stay informed and inspired. Flipboard. Flipboard curates the world's stories so you can be smart in your work, life, and play. Choose from thousands of topics to personalize Flipboard and get the latest stories from the best publishers and experts delivered to you 24/7. Flipboard is a social news app that people have been raving about for years. Trust me. When you see the stories that you want to publish, save, or share, just tap the plus button and add them to your private or public collections. It's that simple. Used by millions of people every day, myself included, Flipboard is how people move themselves and the world forward. Get started now at flipboard.com.
So, like I was saying, I honestly think that the finish to that triple threat match was not how it was supposed to go. I think Becky and Charlotte purposely screwed Ronda at WrestleMania. I don't blame the ref. And here's my theory. If you watch it again, now I stayed up and watched the repeat again. Like once WrestleMania was finished at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I stayed up and watched it again. But if you watch it again, I don't know if it's still available, like unedited. You can hear her saying, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God," as she was rolled up in the pin. My thought is she was saying that because she couldn't get her arm up in time, or Becky purposely held her leg down on her arm so she couldn't get out. Because Becky knew she was going to win, and so did Charlotte. All three of them, they rehearsed the match before WrestleMania started. They knew how the finish was going to happen. Becky knew she was going to win. Charlotte knew she was going to run. Becky and Charlotte, they used to be best friends, or they still are best friends. What if they both conspired for Ronda to get pinned? They break kayfabe, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't like Ronda and they don't like how she was handed everything. Charlotte was supposed to tap out to Becky. The submission win was supposed to be Becky making Charlotte tap out. Ronda didn't want to get tapped or pinned. And if Charlotte took the loss, it would have still made Ronda look strong. So, I think Charlotte and Becky was like, you know what, screw this. I'm going to go for the pin, and we'll see what happens. And in spots like this, the referees are told to treat the match as a shoot. So, Ronda didn't get out. It was clear as day, and the referee had to let his hand down for that 3. Ronda did not get out. Did not kick out. She couldn't get out. Her right shoulder was off the mat. So I think Becky and Charlotte planned that shit out and was like, you know what? I know you're gonna win. Let's make this win. Let's stick it to Ronda. Let's make her lose by pinfall. So the angles are there. I don't know if the audio is still there. If you can still hear her saying, oh my God, she couldn't get out in time. I think that's really what happened. So I think that's what went down. So That is my theory. Crazy, some crazy shit, but that WrestleMania, I give it an 8.5. I give it an 8.5. Seth Rollins winning the title, being the first match, that shit blew my mind. I was like, no way. I was like, this shit is crazy. Starting off WrestleMania with the Universal Champion. You know, Brock wasn't gonna wait around all day just to fucking lose his title. It was for a fucking 4-hour, 5-hour show. You know what I mean? It was a new Universal Champion, new Cruiserweight, new Women's, new Intercontinental. Speaking of Intercontinental, that Finn Balor having to be the demon to beat Bobby Lashley, that was dumb. Like, I really don't like, I'm not into the demon gimmick. He used the demon gimmick to face Lashley, but wasn't the demon to face Brock. Like, come on now. But that's WWE logic for you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, now let's get into what time is it right now? We got to get into the Day 13 giveaway. Day 13 giveaway for April, right? Now, all you got to do is be the first person to email room013podcast@gmail.com with your name, where you're listening from, and the answer. Now, the question is, who was the second male eliminated from the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 35? Who was the second WWE superstar that was eliminated from that match? All you gotta do is be the first one to answer correctly to room013 Gmail. room013podcast@gmail.com with your name and where you're listening from and the answer, and you will win the prize. What we got for today? What's the prize gonna be? I've been giving out a lot of gift cards. What we got? Let's do WrestleMania shirt. Fuck it. The winner will get a WrestleMania 35 t-shirt. We're going to get a WrestleMania 35 t-shirt. Alright, so, yeah, and listen, shout out to everyone listening on Spreaker, Castbox, Podbean, and Spotify. Shout out to everyone listening on those platforms. You can hear Room 013 podcast everywhere where you get your podcast from. Don't forget to share to your cousin, your mother, and your living relatives and all of that to listen to the Room 013 podcast. We got a little something for everybody, you hear me? We got a little something for everybody. We gonna get my boy Quincy. Follow Quincy at Peace Love Real, Twitter and Instagram. Also follow on subscribe to his YouTube channel. Like I said in a previous episode, if you played WWE 2K, my man studies the game well. He has a multiple amount of videos of custom movesets, and shit is crazy. Like, I've watched the live stream and I'm like, yo, how in the world does this guy know all these? Like, how is it possible he knows all the correct movesets that they're using currently and what are their stats? Because sometimes the games, when they release, the games are not up to date. And like my boy Quincy, he takes notes, man. He takes notes of the game, and he accurately edits his edits the rest of his moveset. So make sure you check that out. Check out the YouTube channel. And you got PSN, you got a PlayStation 4. Go to Community Creations and download his content. Alright? We're gonna take one more break and we'll be right back with some listener emails.
I'm calling the storm. Blue Storm Energy Drink. Everyone's discovering that Blue Storm is the better tasting, fast acting, high impact energy drink that's perfect for their lifestyle. Formulated by leading nutritionists in the United States. Blue Storm Energy Drink combines the perfect amount of flavor and energy to keep you moving. The others can't say that. On the go, in the club, at work, or anytime. Get caught in the storm. Blue Storm Energy Drink. Unleash yourself.
Listen, guys, have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground back in April, I had so many questions. How do I record an episode? Where do I find my background music? What type of equipment should I use? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all other places people like to listen? Where do I find advertisers? And where do I find sponsors? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free. 100% free. Who doesn't love free? I love free. Now, let me tell you one of the best things I love about Anchor. The simple fact you have the mobile capability of recording your podcast anywhere, any place, and any time. So if you always wanted to start your podcast, go to anchor.fm/start. Anchor.fm/start to join me in the device community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Yeah, you know what that tone means. It's time for some listening emails. April 13, 2019. Day 13 is Saturday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Once again, episode 51, Becky, 2 belts. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Let's get right into it. Some listening emails. Email number 1 is from Amy. Amy says, "Hey, Menace, any chance that you plan on doing any segments on music-related releases or in upcoming artists?" Well, Amy, this is a possibility that that could be a segment on the show. Maybe we can have someone who's an artist themselves. Hey, you know what? Maybe each week we can have an up-and-coming artist or come to the show and talk about their music, how they got into it, and why they're doing what they're doing, and so on and so forth. Maybe, that's a good idea. Maybe. Yeah, it's a possibility. Thank you for sending that email in. Thank you very much. And like always, everyone, if you have questions, comments, suggestions, you can email at room013podcast@gmail.com. I do check the emails. Not each and every one gets read for a recording of the episode. So those of you that I have answered and have not heard your email read on the air, not all the time, I will be reading your email for a recording of episode. But please do send. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Okay? All right. Email number 2. All right. Email number 2 from Vanessa. No, what? Okay, yeah. Email number 2 from Vanessa. Vanessa says, "Hey Jay, do you think there's any chance that when I go to a movie I will be able to..." What? Oh, okay, hold on. I read it wrong. Do you think there's any chance that if I go to the movies for Endgame that there will be absolute silence during and after the credits? I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. Like, do you think people will be quiet? I don't think so. I don't think so. There's some, those loud motherfuckers that go to the movie theaters, and if it's a crazy end credit, people probably be gasping and be like, "Oh my God," or this and that. But no, I don't think so. If that's what you're asking, no, I don't think so. Maybe. But I'm going to say 75%. No. All right. Next email I pulled up from Bobby. Bobby wants to know, will I ever do more YouTube videos? Bobby, yes, I will. I mean, I actually still do. All my video game streams are on there, and stuff about my the online designs, the t-shirt shop are up there. But as far as like actively, like before, like each and every day or each and every week, like I used to back in the day, it's just I don't have the time that I don't have the time. Like as much as I want to, I won't have the time that I like to. But my video game streams are on there, the t-shirts, the promos and all that. You can find a couple episodes of the podcast on there. But yeah, it's not enough time in a day, week, month for me to be doing both podcasts, YouTube, t-shirts. I do have a personal life, so yeah, it's not. But eventually there'll be some more content on there. All right, so thank you for sending it in, and thank you for even noticing. Thank you for being a subscriber. To the Men013 YouTube channel. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to that. And yeah, next episode, maybe your email will be read on the air. room013podcast@gmail.com. I want to thank y'all for sending that in. Thank you, Amy, Bobby, and Vanessa. Thank you.
Let's go. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, great. Please start smiling, this a chain reaction. Smile at your neighbor, now your smile is passing. Pass for long, now your smiler backing. Cast a smile, now your smile receiving. Good. Yes. This a smile down, y'all. Smiling real good. Doing it like you should.
Yeah, we are back. Episode 51, Becky 2 Belts, the Room013 podcast. Listening emails. Like I said, if you got any emails, any questions, comments, suggestions, please do not hesitate to email, tweet, even call up 1614-1. Room013 podcast@gmail.com. And what else before we wrap things up? What else? Game of Thrones. Tomorrow, Game of Thrones comes back. Waited a long time. Super long time for it to come back. The last season. As well as... Is it really going to be... Yeah, it really is going to be the last season. And also, next week, motherfucking Mortal Kombat 11 comes out. And, wait, no, not next week. 2 weeks. The 23rd and the 20... Let me check the calendar. Okay, yeah, not in 2 weeks. The, Mortal Kombat 11 and Days Gone comes out. So this is crazy. In that same week, we got Mortal Kombat, Days Gone, and Avengers Endgame. It's going to be a crazy week. And then one more month till Money in the Bank. Your boy is going to be there. Best believe your boy's going to be there. And yeah, I'm excited. It's the second time going on Money in the Bank. And I want to thank all y'all for listening. It's the one and only J. Aura, aka Men013, the host with the most. And I want to thank you all. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Shout out to homie Timar. Shout out to homie Austin. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day you listening to this. See you next time.
Room 013. Room 013.